Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back for another video, and today's video is not going to be nearly as uplifting or happy as some of them usually are. The first thing I want to say is rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth. It's probably going to be the title of this video, and that's been the theme of the entire day today. It's currently 6:50 p.m. when I'm recording this. I wanted to get this video out as fast as possible. I had a super busy day, so I got the news essentially when it happened, which was around 2 p.m. my time. I think it was like 7 p.m. your time, maybe even earlier, honestly. But yeah, it's been a very interesting day, to say the least. I have a lot on my mind. That's why I'm making this video, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And let's just talk about some things. It is pretty sad, but I guess poetic in a sense that Prince Philip died last year, and that was obviously the Queen's husband, and now she died the year after. That's a lot of grieving in such a short amount of time. This was the Platinum Jubilee year for the Queen. There were tons of celebrations earlier this year. I remember making, I think, a couple videos about it. Yeah, I got some news earlier today that the Queen wasn't feeling well, or the Queen had become ill and was in the hospital. And I honestly didn't think much of it. You know, that happens a lot, and where, you know, the Queen's pretty old, but I didn't think she would die. And I feel like that's a sentiment that has been repeated over and over in messages I've received and comments following the Queen's death. Was nobody saw that coming. Like, the Queen was viewed and held as such a supernatural figure, and seeing her like pass away is just, it's surreal in so many different ways. And I want to preface this by saying, regardless of how you feel about the monarchy, I feel there's a certain amount of respect and dignity that is required in this situation. Like, someone passed away. I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of slander following the Queen's death of the Queen. And it's funny how when people pass away, it's not even funny, it's terrible, but it's so true. When people pass away, that's when people want to talk all this and talk all that. Was the Queen perfect? No, nobody's perfect. But I think the Queen did a good job in understanding what her role was and serving that role. The reason why it must be, and if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not that sad about this. The Queen was never really that important to me as an American. The Queen has always just been this figure that, it's almost like a world peace symbol, or like the Queen of England is there, you know, the sun will rise another day. That's exactly what it was like for me. And for a lot of Americans, that has been something that's shared between us, is, you know, if Queen Elizabeth is the Queen of England, the sun will rise another day, everything's fine. Like, it's just like a sense of security. And I've sensed that a lot with you guys. Is the majority of you watching this video, the Queen has been the Queen your entire life. So I can only imagine how you're feeling right now, which is why my feelings are very much empathy rather than sadness. Because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and act like I cried when I heard the Queen died, or act like I'm super sad, because that's not the truth. I'm simply, I guess the only reason I feel any sadness is because I know that this is affecting so many of you who I hold very highly and who I consider almost a large family. So, like I said, I hope everyone is coping well. My condolences go out to all of you and the Queen. I know this is like, it's not the Queen just losing her life, but a lot of people are losing the Queen. The thing about England and the thing about the monarchy, I understand why there is some resentment towards the monarchy, and I can understand why people oppose it. There's actually been a lot of arguments in my comment sections regarding the monarchy. I understand that people are going to have different viewpoints regarding the monarchy. Personally, I feel like it's pretty cool, and I feel like it's kind of a beautiful thing to have that history embedded into your country. And it's not really a monarchy, because everyone knows that if the Queen had actually taken any strong authoritative measures that the general public didn't agree with, a rebellion would certainly occur. I think it was just cool how you kept that history from all those years, all those centuries, and it's still a part of the country. That's something that we don't have. Obviously, the United States is much younger as a country, but I feel like we don't have a figure like what the Queen was. Like, we just don't have that. And I wanted to get on here and actually talk to you guys about American reactions have been like and what has been going on over here. I honestly, when I first heard the news, I didn't expect it to be as big as it was in my little circle or community, but literally everyone has been posting about it on social media, and that just reminds me on like how just big of a figure the Queen was. I actually got a text from my grandma today, my mom as well. My mom said the Queen is dead, rest in peace. All right, so I'm gonna read you guys a text from my grandmother. This was just an hour ago. She said, I imagine you have a funny feeling that you can't describe with the passing of Queen Elizabeth. She was my fairy tale royal. I wanted her to be a princess since they were the stairs in the tales, always unlike queens, since I was 6. We young girls would practice the wave in case anyone ever cared to see it. I'm sad to know she's, oh, like the Queen's wave, okay. I'm sad to know she's gone. I wish Charles would pass the crown to William now, but Camilla would never have it. William and Kate would visually present a fairy tale sense to a precarious monarchy. I need fairy tales. Have a fun weekend. I love you more. So she, her opinion was definitely in there. So whether you guys agree with that or not, it doesn't really matter. It's my grandma. I love her. So, yeah, that's my grandma's view, who is very, very American. My grandma's actually from Texas, so I've gotten flooded with messages following the Queen's death. Like, it's been insane. I really wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible, like I said, because it's just one of those things. Like, I just want to give you guys my thoughts. It's just a weird. It's like you never would expect it to happen, and it came at such a weird time. And I feel like the reason why it's so shocking to me was the fact that I shrugged it off. I shrugged off the initial illness, and I didn't think much of it. You know, I got some messages about it. I'm sure there was some general concern, and I feel like maybe that's not just me. Like, I thought she would make it out of that. Like, I don't know if it all happened so quickly too. Like, when I thought she was ill, I thought she'd be in the hospital for, you know, a few days, couple weeks, and then come out of it. I didn't think she would pass away the same day that she was taken ill. Like, that is just insane to me, but I guess that's how it works sometimes. All right, everyone, so now we're going to be checking out some articles and news related to the Queen's death. Like I stated previously, I have literally seen nothing. Nothing. Zip. Nada. I was made aware of the Queen's death while I was in class. I had practice. I showered, and I got right here at my computer, and we're going to be checking out all of the ramifications of the Queen's death, all of the traditions, all the things that are going on. I have zero idea. So let's get right into it. I found a couple different articles and sources, so we can have like a diversity of sources here. This one's from The Guardian, and it is titled, Queen Elizabeth II Dies. King Charles III expresses great sadness upon passing of his mother in first statement as monarch. Latest updates. So, King Charles III makes first statement as monarch after death of his mother. King Charles has made a statement about the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth. He said, the death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished, sovereign, and a much-loved mother. Reading that just makes me sad, and damn, bro. I want everyone watching this right now to comment down below. Where were you when you first heard that the Queen passed away? And how are you feeling right now? Like, what's going on? Everyone, please make sure you talk to someone and, you know, get your feelings off your chest, because it's not good to bottle things in. I've learned that the hard way many times. Tom Jones, the singer, said the Queen had been an inspiration throughout his life. Great picture here of Jones chatting to the Queen after the Diamond Jubilee concert in 2012, along with Elton John, Cliff Richard, Shirley Bassey, and Paul McCartney. Man, I feel like it's so many people. It's not even just, you know, the people with lots of fame and popularity. It's everyone. You know, just the Queen had some type of importance in everyone's lives. For the whole of my life, the Queen has been the constant anchor of not just Britain and her beloved Commonwealth, but an inspiration to the world for her lifetime of service. Her legacy will be remembered as a selfless beacon for love, understanding, and celebration of fellow human beings all over the world, no matter their race or creed. Madeline and I are deeply saddened by this news, and our thoughts and prayers are with Her Majesty and the Queen's family. Same for me. Same for me. All my condolences and thoughts not only to the Queen and her family, but also to everyone watching this video. Because I know it's, like he said, a constant anchor. I mean, it's hard to even digest that. The majority of people watching this video, I said this earlier, the Queen was the Queen for the entirety of your lifetime. Entirety. And all of that just gone like that. And it happened so quickly and unexpectedly. Like I've been saying, it's like, I heard she was ill. I didn't think she was going to pass away. This is just crazy. The more I read, and it's so many people too. It's almost like a sense of unity all across the world. Everyone is sharing their condolences, which is pretty beautiful. We got our president. Oh my God, bro. Do you see this? London taxi drivers make a tribute in the mall as crowds gather at Buckingham Palace. Man, I remember seeing all those taxis too. That is crazy. Do you guys see that? I was right there. Got the Queen Victoria Memorial, some mourners. Damn, bro. UN Secretary, South African President, Ghana's President, Sir Elton John. I want to read Sir Elton John's quote. Along with the rest of the nation, I am deeply saddened to hear the news of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's passing. She was an inspiring presence to be around and led the country through some of our greatest and darkest times with grace, decency, and a genuine, caring warmth. Queen Elizabeth has been a huge part of my life from childhood to this day, and I will miss her dearly. Damn. Everyone's expressing like very similar sentiments. It's like this feeling of security that the Queen gave to people. And it transcends political beliefs and ideologies. I've been saying this, but please, regardless of how you feel about the monarchy or about how you feel about the political system, it should be mourning the Queen and not mourning like the British Empire or this, that, and you know what I mean? Like that's what this is about. It's about showing respect, because it's not, you don't even have to show, like, if you really hate the Queen that much, okay, at least show respect to the people who she meant a lot to, because you're bound to be surrounded by people like that. Like, I don't understand all the slander and hatred that is being expressed all over the internet on this day. Like, you find out someone died. Like, imagine if that's you. You die and people are talking all this crazy stuff about you. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just, I feel like it requires a certain level of respect and dignity that everyone should have. And it's are you kidding me, bro? It's a rainy day, too. It just... Despite heavy rain, people massed outside the palace and laid flowers at the gates in scenes reminiscent of the aftermath of the death of Princess Diana almost exactly 25 years ago. Thumbnail right in front of those gates. And we remember the car coming in. It was some royals. We thought it was the Queen at first. It's just mind-boggling. Everything about this. The BBC has announced, as a mark of respect to the Queen, it will not be going ahead with Prom 71 on 9 of September or the last night of the proms on 10th of September, which is tomorrow and Saturday. Bro. Some people were telling me actually that the BBC was completely shut down and there were like hardly any channels airing right now. Let me know if that's true. It's pretty crazy. Duchess of York, Eiffel Tower, looks like it's switching off its lights at midnight. Empire State Building. Yo, it's just, it's crazy, man. All right, let's look at another thing. So let's see what this one's about. So this one is what happens to the British monarchy now, which I have absolutely no idea. So that's why I wanted to check this out. The Queen is dead. Long live the King. I still can't get used to that. Let's get out of my face. Is a phrase that was last uttered in 1901 upon the passing of Queen Victoria when her son Edward ascended to the British throne. But on September 8th, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Queen Elizabeth II and the succession of the Prince of Wales, now the King, Charles III. The proclamation, largely figurative and used for 121 years, is once again permeating through the press and pop culture. The syntactic construction of the expression has a clear intent, both confirming the death of one monarch and the rise of another. Blunt, sure, yet it immediately cuts to the point that while the monarchy has shifted, the power structure of the crown remains very much intact. In the tumultuous Middle Ages, when challenges to the succession could prompt wars where heads would literally roll, quickly moving on after a monarch's death was a vital peacekeeping method. That may hold true even today. While the monarchy has little to no governing power in the United Kingdom, making violent conflict over any changes improbable, republicanism is on the rise. Recently, Barbados removed the Queen as head of state, while a recent YouGov survey found support for the monarchy dipping dramatically among 18 to 24-year-olds in Britain. So a swift statement was and is necessary. Now, in my view, I don't even see it as a monarchy. It's just like, I feel like it's just preserving history at that point, which I think is really cool. Now, some of you may disagree with that, and that's completely okay, but that's my opinion. Like, if the Queen had done anything authoritative that the general public disagreed with, there would be an uprising. Like, and that's what Queen Elizabeth knew what her role was. You know what I mean? She understood what was going on. Like, she had a lot of power. You got to think about that. That I feel like she was very sane, because I don't know what I would do with that much power. You know what I mean? So I don't really see it as a monarchy. Let me know what you guys think. But times are definitely changing, and that is not just regarding support for the monarchy. 18 to 24-year-olds are certainly, not just in Britain, everywhere. It's a generational shift. People are starting to think a lot differently than they used to, for the worse and for the better in some ways. But I keep saying this, but it, for the people who don't support the monarchy and are completely against it, like, it's still necessary that you show some respect and condolences for the death of the Queen. Like, I feel like that's a given. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys think I'm wrong here. I don't know. I just feel like when someone dies, you got to show them some respect. Death is a serious thing. Like, that's one of the most unknown things to humankind. Like, you never know when it's coming. That's why you got to live life to the fullest. The Queen's funeral will likely occur close to 10 days after her death. Hold on, there was another article. Damn, bro. All right, so this one's titled "World Mourns Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's Bastion of Stability." Queen Elizabeth's death comes at a moment of great uncertainty for Britain. 7-decade reign made her the only sovereign that most Britons had ever known. Died on Thursday at her summer estate in Scotland, thrusting a bereaved country into a momentous transition at a time of political and economic upheaval. Look at their faces, bro. Let's zoom in on. Like, do you guys see this? Look at everyone's faces. I mean, these guys are talking, but it's just like, damn. It looks grim. And that's not even just with the filter. That's just everyone's facial expressions. Please, guys, comment down below how you're feeling. I really want to know. All right, so this one is tears, flowers, and a chorus of God Save the Queen, the scenes outside Buckingham Palace after Queen Elizabeth's death. Neither the rain nor the darkness descending across the UK did anything to dissuade the hundreds, possibly thousands of mourners from making a beeline for Buckingham Palace on Thursday evening. Within hours of Queen Elizabeth's death being publicly announced, the streets around the palace were cordoned off to cars and flooded with people of all ages and backgrounds. Although the Queen died at Balmoral, her home in the Scottish Highlands, Buckingham Palace, as the world-renowned symbol of the British monarchy, immediately and understandably became a focal point for both her subjects and the press. Opposite the palace, in the exact spot where just months ago the Queen's family sat on specially erected bleachers to watch a concert and parade in honor of her 70-year-long reign, a row of media talents had been hastily assembled, with broadcasters, producers, and crews sheltering under them as the rain grew steadily more intense. Along the length of the mall, and dotted throughout the assembling crowds were journalists, presumably from around the world, who stopped passersby for interviews, asking them what the Queen had meant to them and why they wanted to pay their respects in person. A collective sense of anticipation hovered throughout the crowd, as though we thought our monarch might step out onto that fabulous balcony one last time to bid her loving and beloved subjects farewell before striding irreversibly from mortality and into history. Ooh. But Buckingham Palace remained dark and impervious, with no guidance on how or where to channel their shock and grief in the immediate present. The scene became carnivalesque, as friends embraced, couples kissed, and an unofficial brass band struck up the tune of God Save the Queen, prompting an impromptu sing-along. But for the sea of black umbrellas and somber faces, it almost felt like a music festival. As the sun set, the throngs grew denser, pushing up against the palace gates to lay flowers, quietly reflect, and yes, snap selfies. Barriers had been erected, and police tried to make... I guess to remember, I don't know. Barriers had been erected, and police tried to maintain some crowd control, urging people to lay down their bouquets and go. But almost nobody moved, eager to soak in the truly once-in-a-lifetime moment of the passing of such a historic figure. She's been there all our lives, since we were born, one man said sadly to his companion. My grandmother used to love her. In many ways, the 96-year-old queen herself was considered grandmother to a nation, but she was also, as one radio host aptly put it, the living embodiment of the state, a figurehead of the United Kingdom, and a link between past and present. That's exactly what, that's exactly what I've been thinking. When Princess Elizabeth was born in 1926, television had barely been invented, but by the time of her death, the scenes outside her London home were being broadcast live around the world from people's phones. Like that, just think about that. TV hadn't even been invented when she was born. Invented. Now, with the only British monarch much of the world has ever known gone, the UK prepares to enter a new era. No doubt the country hopes her successor, King Charles III, will usher in with as steady a hand as his mother's. Ooh, man. All this reading has got me feeling a type of way, bro. What the hell? I think we're going to cut this off here. I want you guys to please let me know what you think about me covering the Queen's death. How frequent should I do this over the next week, I guess? I definitely want to watch the funeral. I was thinking of watching like a documentary. I really don't know much about the Queen myself. If there's any content you think I should check out or be made aware of, please do so in the comments down below. Like I said, I really want you guys to share your own thoughts, feelings, experiences. Just let it all pour out in the comments. This is therapy. Like literally that's therapy for me, is just talking and just letting someone know. So make sure y'all reply to each other in the comments. I'm going to try to reply to as many comments as possible and heart as many comments as possible on this video. I'm going to literally try and get every single one. So we'll see if that's possible. But yeah, guys, I don't really have much to add on here. I hope I didn't have any strong opinions that dissuaded any of you from watching the rest of this video. I just wanted to share my honest thoughts on, on this truly historic event. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane, I just never would have thought, it's just like, what? You never, I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you all in the next video. Please, everyone, be safe. Talk to someone. Try and do things that, occupy your time. Take your mind off it. Don't just sit in a room and think. In the end, everything will go back to some type of normalcy. Time heals essentially everything, in my opinion. So just give it time. And if I were you guys, I'd call off work tomorrow and do something fun. But that's just me. Anyways, guys, hope everyone's doing all right. And with that being said, everyone, I'm going to catch you all in the next video. Peace.